Welcome back to JT's Infinite Flavors. Today we're going to be making some nice Jamaican oxtail. Now, before we start making this oxtail, we're going to be going in with some lemon. So we're going to squeeze this lemon. We're going to also add some vinegar to wash this oxtail thoroughly. Make it nice and clean. Now, let's get started. We're going to pour a little vinegar onto the oxtail and add some water. We're going to squeeze some lemon on this oxtail to get some lemon juice going. Squeeze that lemon to get that lemon juice into the water. Here we go. Wash it nicely. It's so important to always wash your meat thoroughly, nice and clean. Now we're going to rinse it off, throw it off, pour off this water. Give it a second rinse. That's the second rinse. We'll get that water as clear as we can. Okay. And we're going to give it a third rinse. Let's do that again. Third rinse. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Yep. Nice. Yep, nice little rinsed off. So we can get this oxtail ready. Start pouring in our season. So let's rinse this water off. Great. So that's nice and clean. That's what I'm talking about. Nice and clean. Now, before we get started, guys, with our oxtail, I just want to show you all the ingredients that we're going to be using today. We've got our soy sauce, Grace browning, black pepper, Maggi all-purpose season, pimento seed, garlic powder, onion powder, Grace dry lima beans. We've got bell peppers, different colors. Now here is our green onions, carrots, tomato, onion, a little piece of ginger, and we've got thyme. So all these ingredients we're going to be using today in our oxtail, and we're going to get some nice, tender, juicy, full of flavor oxtail. Can't wait to see that result, to show you guys what it looks like. Of course, it's going to be very tasty, full of flavor, as I said, and you can always go in and try it for yourself. It's not difficult. It's fast, simple, and easy. Now, here we go, guys. We have our nicely washed oxtail, and we're going to start seasoning now. So I'm going to transfer it over into my seasoning bowl. Now, this is our garlic powder. That's 1.5 tablespoons of garlic powder. This is our onion powder. 2 tablespoons of onion powder. 2 tablespoons of onion powder. This is 2 tablespoons of Maggi all-purpose seasoning. Now, that's our onion. This is our green onion. Here is our thyme. Or tomatoes, and we've got some ginger and our bell peppers. Now we'll continue with our black pepper. That's a teaspoon of black pepper. Or pimento seeds, of course, that's a must. And we've got some browning. Now you're going to put a little of the Grace browning to add that color to our oxtail. Just a little. You don't need too much browning. See, we're very cautious where this is concerned. Look at that. Just a little Grace browning. And we'll also add a little soy sauce. That also adds color and flavor. There we go. Now we're gonna rub this season in nicely into our oxtail. We're gonna massage it in. With our oxtail, Scotch bonnet pepper is a must, but I will incorporate my Scotch bonnet pepper after. You'll see when I add my Scotch bonnet pepper to my oxtail. Massage it in so it's nice and even. Now look at this nice color that we're looking at. See? That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm just gonna let this sit for about half an hour and then I'll continue from there. So my next step from here, I'm gonna pan-sear my oxtail. So wait until your frying pan is nice and hot. Now that it's nice and hot, we're gonna slip this into the frying pan to get that nice browny looking color. Only for a few minutes, not for a long time. So we'll try to take those pieces of extra season off. Now we're just gonna turn that over onto the next side. See what I'm talking about? Just a little charred. See guys? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that. Yes, nice and brown. The original stew-like oxtail can be traced back to our colonial heritage. Enslaved Africans on plantations were given very meager amount of protein and often had to make do with cheaper cuts of meat or ends of slaughtered animals to add protein to their diets. Oxtail comes from the tail of cows, bulls, or steers, which were traditionally called oxen. The popularity has increased in recent years and it's now considered a gourmet delicacy. And now it is often used in stews, soups, and braised dishes. Now that we finished pan-searing our oxtail, we're going to transfer it all into our Instapot. And do not be alarmed because it's a bit charred. This is also what brings the flavor. Look at that. So don't be alarmed of what you're seeing right now into the frying pan, the bottom, because this is a part of the flavor. Just pay attention to what I'm doing here. You see exactly what I mean. So that's our season that we use to season our oxtail. Now I'm just gonna add some water. That's 1 cup full of water. That's the second cup of water. Now I'm gonna pour this water into our frying pan. The water into our frying pan is gonna be going into our Instapot here with our pan-seared oxtail. Now look at this guys. See? That's the pan that I used to pan-sear the oxtail into. I just pour a cup of water into that. So now I'm just gonna pour this into my Instapot. Now I'll press that says meat 49 minutes. So I'll just leave it at 49 minutes, and in 49 minutes I'll come back and check to see what's happening. And I'll tell you where we go from there. So it's now 49 minutes guys. So I'm gonna open to see what's happening here. Okay. There goes our oxtail. Let's see how it is. I think this is nice and tender. Look at that guys. That's nice and tender. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our beans to our oxtail so we can get some nice gravy to get some body. So it will be more thick when it comes to our gravy. Just to add a little body, you've got 2 choices. You could pour our beans straight into the Instant Pot along with our oxtail, or what you can do, it's a choice. You can also pour your gravy into another pot like that, and we can make our gravy into this pot and then pour it onto our oxtail. It is nice, simple, easy, tender, and full of flavor. I'll show you the end result. And that's 4.5 pounds of oxtail we're looking at. And here we go. That's all the juice from our oxtail, or if you want to say our gravy. I just add a little more soy sauce to our juice from the oxtail. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna be making our gravy. If you notice all along, I did not add salt to our oxtail because the soy sauce already have enough salt, plus the Maggi season, the onion powder, the garlic powder. So now I'll just add a pinch of salt to our oxtail. I mean, moderation. A pinch of salt, that's enough. And it's again seasoned to the bone. It's nicely seasoned. Now I'm gonna add my beans. There are the beans to my oxtail gravy. That's 1 can of lima beans. Okay guys, we'll let it cook for at least 12 minutes until it gets that full body. Now I just want to show you the end result of my gravy from my oxtail. Look at that. Now again, you've got choices. You can put as much, or you can add as much bean as you would like to your oxtail. It's your choice. Now you can plate your oxtail and then add your gravy, or you can add your gravy to the oxtail and then plate your oxtail. It's your choice. Then you can add your gravy to your oxtail. There you go. Nice, tender, and juicy. And guys, look at how nice, juicy, and tender this oxtail is. Look at that. Look at that. This will melt into your mouth. This is what I'm talking about. Falls off the bone. Nice and juicy. Here is my end result of my juicy oxtail, full of flavor. So try it out guys. It's so fast, simple, and easy. As I said, it's not as difficult as you think. That's the end of our oxtail. Welcome again to JT's Infinite Flavors. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.